Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tuesdays with Natasha, Rocha. And I'm an Akashic Records practitioner, and my guides have been telling me I needed to be more of service. And this is a way that I have found to be of service in giving more Akashic messages and to support people and perhaps what they are going through at the moment. And what I thought I would do is connect in and to the Akashic Records and give a message. And then whoever pops in, if you could, drop your name in if you'd like a message. I usually connect into the Akashic Records using your name. And I would be able to do that then. So let me pop into the Akashic Records just very, very quickly. And let's see what message we have for everybody today. So let me connect into that. And really what I'm asking to do is to create a safe and sacred space for my highest good and healing, and for all those that attend this session, and to ground us all into our bodies. Keepers of the Akashic Records, please open and allow me access to the records of the collective conscious. And for all those that attend today's session, and to provide a safe and sacred space for all of us here today. The records are now open, the records are now open, the records are now open. And as I connect into the records, there is this feeling, and it seems to have also been the theme of my clients today, is the aspect of going with the flow. A lot of the times one resists going with the flow because of our preconditioned expectations, our conditioning, and we expect life to be one way or the other. And a lot of the times when we find resistance in life, perhaps it's just realizing that as one door closes, another one opens, as we continue to move in with the flow in the opportunities that are presenting themselves in life. And sometimes, because we have these expectations of what things need to look like and how they need to present themselves, we really create that resistance in the flow of life, in the flow of receiving all that is good within us. And sometimes when we resist the changes that are about to occur, or we resist moving in the place or in the direction that gives us the most amount of joy, is where we start to butt up against the resistance in people, the resistance in life. We start to feel stuck. And once we let go of what's no longer serving us, and we surrender to what life has to offer, and we surrender to opening up to collaborating with the universe, we start to go to the flow, moving down the river, grabbing from one opportunity to another, as life takes us in the direction of our highest excitement and our joy. When we are in that phase, things seem to fall into place quite easily. This is how we know that we are in the flow of life, is when things tend to fall into place quite easily. And the synchronicities start to show up for us as we let go of the resistance. Another analogy that the Akashic Records tends to give us is that when we are going in with the flow, well, when we are resisting, it's like sitting at the top of one of those water slides and we're holding on to the slides, to the sides, really petrified about going down this water slide. And as soon as we make that decision to cross our arms and lay back and go with the flow, with the momentum of life, we really start to get to enjoy it. And when we come out on the other side, the more malleable and agile we are to responding to the opportunities in life, the more we start to enjoy, and the more we enjoy, the more we bring forward in our lives to enjoy. And in order to be able to go with the flow, note your thought processes, your emotions, the people, what you're putting into your everyday life. And think about it. If you were offered 50 joules of energy each day, how would you spend that energy? What would matter most to you? It's important to take note of what works and what doesn't. What needs to be persevered and keep going and, keep moving through into that flow, and what is the resistance that needs to be let go of? What needs to be released in your life? Whether it's at home, whether it's at business, whether it's at work, perhaps maybe it's even a belief system or a construct of what needs to be let go of. Perhaps it's an expectation. Perhaps it's a predetermined notion of what something needs to look like. These are all glass ceilings that we create for ourselves, the limitations that we create the resistance in the flow of life. Those sales targets that you are given, they're a limitation. Stop putting limitations. When I feel this, then that. When this happens, then that. No. I can either have one thing or another. It's not either or. You can have it all. It's this and that. It's not when I have that. It's feeling the feeling now. You cannot wait for happiness. You cannot wait for joy. You are already happy. You're already joyful. It's finding that within yourself. It's when we look externally that we get stuck. All that we need is internal. Follow your joy. Follow your love. Take one step at a time, one moment at a time. Be present. Enjoy, savor the excitement, the pleasures of life. Stop rushing. And we start to notice that when we stop rushing, when we stop pushing, when we stop expecting, we start to move in the flow. And instead of going out there and getting something, it comes to us. And then it's responding to the opportunities as they arise. So follow your joy, follow your excitement, expand yourself, become aware of the limits you've placed on yourself, whether it be conditioning beliefs, whether it be culturally. Become aware of those and let them go. Because when something doesn't feel right, it's not in alignment with your own expansion. Thank you. So now I would like to open up, and there's a little bit of a delay. If you would like a message, please let me know just by typing in your name, or if you have a question that you would like me to answer for you, I am also quite happy to answer a question. So please give me your name and add in your question, and I will move through the comments and I will answer as many as I can. So as I'm waiting, I'm going to give an example of the message from what I can still remember, as it will start to leave my memory. Is I had this preconceived idea of how to respond to some of the things that my 16-year-old wanted. And just by changing that perspective, that actually eased and released and created the more love between our relationships, which I found was absolutely amazing. Okay. So any of you that are watching, if you would like a message, please drop your name into the comments and I will be able to give you your message. Okay, and I have one coming in from a client of mine. Let's connect into you, Yeti. So what I'm feeling is there's a lot of pressure on your head. So there's a part of that is either there's a lot of memory, there's a lot that's going on in your mind right now. There's a lot of thought processes. You're opening up with, like we say, a lot of tabs that are opened up for you. And I do the same thing myself. And there's a lot of thoughts that are going through at the moment. So they're asking you to take a step back, to calm down, to really, really open up and get an aerial perspective of what it is that you are wanting to create. And a lot of the times, all of these different possibilities or all of these thoughts, they're just noise. So what they're asking you is to check in to see what is in alignment with that grander vision of yours. What is in alignment with what you're wanting to create? And they're asking you to shoot your arrow at the direction that you want to go in, and anything else that pulls you out of that alignment, it's about a no to. So it's letting go of that and saying no. And that's how you create your barriers and how you navigate through everything that kind of like deters you or pushes you off or pulls you off balance. So shoot your arrow, and anything that does not align to that, let that go. Okay. Well, I don't see any other comments. I'm going to say thank you very much for today. Thank you for all that joined. Thank you for all of you that watch this, even though it's not live. If you have any questions or any comments, please put them in the comments below the video, and I will make sure that I answer them first in my next live. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you all next